Is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning. Leader of the opposition, Michael Pintard, slams Prime Minister Davis. And the government is to begin consultation on this new Junkanoo Authority bill. Later on in the show, we're talking to Mason Bahamas. That's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Chester Robards, filling in for Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Friday, August 8th, 2025. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Chester Robards, filling in for Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Ricardo Wells should be joining me. I think. We'll see. Also this morning, again, we're talking to Mason Bahamas later, as well as some other guests. But first, it's time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while you were sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. And in the overnight, Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard yesterday slammed Prime Minister Philip Davis after the Prime Minister claimed that he never projected a surplus for the month of April 2025. Pintard said the Prime Minister was either intentional in his comments or does not understand the basic facts of his own budget. That was a quote. Pintard said, either way, he has disqualified himself as a credible Minister of Finance and Prime Minister. And as he announced the start of public consultation on the National Junkanoo Authority of the Bahamas bill, Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture Mario Boleg yesterday accused Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard of being hypocritical in his opposition to the legislation. In a statement, Boleg noted that public consultation will start on Monday and will include a dedicated website where people can review the draft legislation, offer comments, and contribute ideas. He says, quote, "We believe the future of Junkanoo should not be shaped in silence or behind closed doors. It should be shaped by the people who carry it forward from every island and every generation. This is about protecting and uplifting one of the most important expressions of Bahamian identity. It is about giving structure to our culture, economic opportunity to our artists, and respect to a tradition that has always deserved more than just seasonal attention." The Department of Inland Revenue, its acting Strachan, said yesterday that the guidance notes for individuals selling property and how they can remit VAT, value-added tax, to the Department of Inland Revenue are now available online and should dispel some of the confusion with regard to how lawyers and realtors become compliant with the Conveyancing and Law of Property Amendment Act. that came into force on July 1st. Individuals involved in the buying and selling of real estate, as well as lawyers and members of the Bahamas Real Estate Association, will now have to get a provisional VAT invoice, Strachan said, in order to be able to remit VAT. She said, quote, "You'll sign onto a portal and fill out the forms that are there, and we will come back and we will issue to you what's called a provisional VAT invoice." And at 30 years old, Bahamian scientist Dr. Kwame Clinton is living out his childhood dream in the city of Oaks, Raleigh, North Carolina, as a quality control specialist at Japanese pharmaceutical company Kyowa Kirin. Clinton works to help companies optimize their drug formulation to phase 1 submission of the Food and Drug Administration. He previously worked as a senior scientist for Pfizer, a renowned American pharmaceutical corporation, and a scientist at KBI Biopharma. However, though Clinton has made significant strides in his career, he told the Nassau Guardian that his goal has always been to impact people on a daily basis, and his aspirations to become a scientist began when he was just a boy. You can read more about that in today's Nassau Guardian. And a defense lawyer yesterday questioned whether a mentally ill man was capable of forming criminal intent when he viciously beat a woman on the street. Sonia Timothy Knowles, no relation to the accused, raised the issue in the case of Lavardo Knowles, who has been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. Knowles is charged with causing dangerous harm to LaShonda Roll on December 17, 2024. Roll was attacked by a man alleged to be Knowles shortly after she got off a bus on Blue Hill Road and Poinciana Avenue near St. Barnabas Church. Both of Roll's legs and her nose were broken as a result. Forensic psychiatrist Dr. John Dillett said Knowles was suffering from delusions when staff at the Sandilands Rehabilitation Center saw him in March 2025. According to Dillett, Knowles has a history of paranoid delusions and required continuous treatment. Knowles was admitted to Sandilands Rehabilitation Center in 2011 after he wrongfully believed that he had contracted HIV from an intimate partner, Dillett said. And Bahamar has donated $7,500 to the Bahamas Humane Society following its robbery. The donation is intended to assist with recovery efforts and to support the ongoing care and protection of animals across the Bahamas. The Bahamas Humane Society, which has been a cornerstone of animal welfare in the country since 1924, recently suffered a break-in that resulted in significant financial loss and damage to its facilities. In response, Bahamar stepped forward to support the organization's critical mission and operations. Let's turn our attention to news overseas now. Ukrainian troops have little hope for peace as Trump's deadline for Russia arrives. Ukrainian soldiers on the battlefield expressed little hope for a diplomatic solution to the war with Russia as U.S. President Donald Trump's Friday deadline for the Kremlin to stop the killing arrived, and he eyed a possible summit meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin to discuss the conflict. Trump's efforts to pressure Putin have so far delivered no progress. Russia's bigger army is slowly advancing deeper into Ukraine at great cost in troops and armor while it relentlessly bombards Ukrainian cities. Russia and Ukraine are far apart on their terms for peace. Ukrainian forces are locked in intense battles along the 620-mile front line that snakes from northeast to southeast Ukraine. The Pokrovsk city area of the eastern Donetsk region is taking the brunt of punishment as Russia looks to break out from there into the neighboring Dnipropetrovsk region. Ukraine has significant manpower shortages. And Israel plans to retake Gaza City, escalating the war with Hamas and fueling worries for hostages. Israel's air and ground war has already killed tens of thousands of people in Gaza, displaced most of the population, destroyed vast areas, and pushed the territory toward famine. The timing of another major ground operation remains unclear since it will likely hinge on mobilizing thousands of troops and forcibly evacuating civilians. almost certainly exacerbating the humanitarian catastrophe. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had earlier outlined more sweeping plans in an interview with Fox News, saying Israel planned to take control of all of Gaza. Israel already controls around 3/4 of the territory. Let's turn our attention to sports now. And Team Bahamas was victorious in another tie at the Davis Cup America's Racquet Sports Center in Tacarigua, Trinidad and Tobago, securing the top spot in Group B on Thursday. The Bahamas defeated Panama 3-0 to finish undefeated in the group stage play and will now move on to the crossover playoffs tomorrow. A win on Saturday guarantees the Bahamas a promotion to America's Group 3 for 2026. The Bahamas dropped just 2 games in the singles matches on Thursday. In the first match, in the number 2 position, Dante Umbrister got past Chad Valdez 6-1 and it's 0-1. Unfortunately, my opponent retired in the second set, but I'm just grateful for the win from myself and for the team, said Umbrister. We're excited about the win, but we understand that the job is not finished. We're locked in for Saturday. And the Bahamas Basketball Federation, in conjunction with BDG Sports, is making sports a lot safer for athletes in the local community. The 2 entities joined forces to formally donate a pair of automated external defibrillators to the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture at a press conference at Bahamar on Wednesday. Moses Johnson, first vice president of the BBF, said he is happy to make the presentation to the ministry in an effort to make sporting activities safer for athletes and fans going forward. And former senior men's national basketball team member Laurel's Tum Tum Nairn Jr. has ample years of experience under his belt on the hardwood, and now he's looking to transfer his expertise to the sidelines as head coach of the Bahamas' team for the 2025 FIBA AmeriCup, set for August 22nd to 31st in Managua, Nicaragua. Nairn will coach the 12-man roster that includes Franco Miller Jr., Dominic Bridgewater, Garvin Clark Jr., Rashad Davis, Kentwan Smith, Joshua Dames, Sammy Hunter, Tavario Miller, Isaiah Mobley, Kai Jones, Jerron Keno Burrows, and Nathaniel Bastian. He said he is honored to be selected as team coach. In sports overseas, Canadian teen Victoria Mboko completes a dream run at Montreal with first WTA Tour title. That was Thursday night. She overcame a slow start and swollen right wrist to beat Japanese star Naomi Osaka 2-6, 6-4, 6-1. The 18-year-old Mboko will jump from 85th to 25th in the world, won her first WTA Tour title, and joined Faye Urban in 1969 and Bianca Andreescu in 2019 as the only Canadians to win the home event in the Open era. Mboko dropped to her knees after Osaka fired a shot into the net as a raucous packed house burst into cheers around center court. The winner then ran to hug her family and coaches in the courtside box. She said, quote, "When I had that winning moment and seeing so many people standing up and cheering for me, it was kind of a surreal experience. I would have never thought something like this would have came so suddenly. It just proves that your dreams are closer than they seem." And the Steelers will sit quarterback Aaron Rodgers, other starters in preseason opener against Jacksonville. Aaron Rodgers' debut in Pittsburgh will have to wait. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin said the team's new quarterback and most of its other high-profile starters won't play when the club opens the preseason in Jacksonville. TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, Jonnu Smith, DK Metcalf, and Jalen Ramsey are also among the group that will watch from the sideline. Tomlin said Thursday, quote, "They need less runway to take off, to be honest with you, because of their experience and where they're at in their careers." Rodgers, who signed a one-year deal with the Steelers in early June, said Wednesday he was open to making a rare exhibition game appearance. Tomlin doesn't think it's required, though he didn't rule out Rodgers making a cameo on the field later in the preseason. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for your first look at weather. And here's your weather situation. Deep layered troughing moving westward across the island chain will produce some convective activity through the weekend. Most of the showers and thunderstorms will be concentrated across the northern and northwest Bahamas, with residual showers in the central and parts of the southeastern islands. A weak pressure gradient continues to support light to moderate breezes. Weak high pressure is expected across the area as the surface trough moves away, resulting in reduced shower activity by Sunday. However, mid to upper level troughing will remain through early next week, supporting occasional shower and thunderstorm activity. For the northern Bahamas, winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, falling light and variable at times. Seas 2 to 4 feet. In the Gulf Stream, 1 to 2 feet. No significant swells. A 30 to 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, falling to light and variable at times. Your low temperature 78 degrees Fahrenheit, your high temperature 91 degrees Fahrenheit. The heat index will make it feel like 102 degrees Fahrenheit. For the northwest Bahamas, weather partly cloudy to cloudy, a 30 to 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, falling to light and variable at times. Your low temperature 78 degrees Fahrenheit, your high 91. Heat index up to 103 degrees Fahrenheit. For the central Bahamas, weather variably cloudy, a 20 to 30% chance of scattered showers with isolated thunderstorms. Wind southeast at 10 to 15 knots. Your low temperature 78 degrees Fahrenheit, your high 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Your heat index 103 degrees Fahrenheit. For the southeast Bahamas, weather partly sunny, becoming partly cloudy at night, a 10 to 20% chance of isolated showers. Winds easterly at 10 to 15 knots. Your low temperature 78 degrees Fahrenheit, your high 92. Your heat index, though, 104 degrees Fahrenheit. The Department of Meteorology asking you for the southeast Bahamas, the public is urged to remain hydrated, wear light-colored clothing, sunglasses, and sunscreen, and to limit prolonged outdoor exposure to the sun, as UV indices are expected to remain in the very high to extreme range, and heat indices in the upper 90s to the triple digits. We'll have more in weather later on in the show. When we come back, we're discussing some of the day's top stories. That's when Morning Blend continues. 86.9, home of fresh news and smart talk all day.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way.
Planning for retirement can be overwhelming, but with CFAL, it doesn't have to be. We offer tailor-made individual, group, and pension solutions that take the guesswork out of retirement planning. Whether it's for you or your company, don't leave your future to chance and let the trusted hands of CFAL's experts guide you toward peace of mind and financial stability. Low upfront costs and affordable monthly payments make it easy for you to build wealth so you can live well. Visit us at cfal.com to start on on your path toward financial freedom. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Looking to elevate your gadget game, or are tech troubles simply slowing you down? Escape to a world of innovation at Custom Computers, your go-to store for the latest cutting-edge tech. Whether you need to upgrade your life with the best from Apple and Windows, or your device needs a little TLC, the Custom Computers Know-How Store is the destination for unbeatable expertise and quality repairs. With 2 convenient locations, there's a Custom Computers near you on Patton Street in Palmdale and Caves Village, or call 396-1100.
When it comes to hearts at Cleveland Clinic, you can't miss a beat. You seek the best care possible, work with the brightest minds, and leave no stone unturned to get to the heart of the matter. Because understanding is always the first step to overcoming. For every heart in the world, see how we're advancing the future of heart care at Cleveland Clinic today.
Shop early to get your uniforms and catch Janae's Uniform Center's buy 4, get 1 free sale. Pre-monogrammed and regular school shirts, dry fit and cotton polos, jumpers, skirts, boys' long and short pants, PE shorts, underclothes, tights, socks, neckties, belts, sleeping mats, hair accessories, and character work desk. Get 50% off backpacks, lunch bags, and raincoats. Buy 4 school shirts, get 1 free. Buy 2 skirts, jumpers, or pants, get the third 50% off. Need embroidery and monogramming done? Visit Janae's Uniform Center early. Beat the back-to-school rush. Janae's Chesapeake Road back-to-school special. Restrictions apply.
Tell them.
Is your business ready for the next big step? More inventory, new equipment, a larger space? At Fidelity, we offer commercial loans tailored to suit your business's needs. Inquire today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome back to Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. I'm Chester Robards. We're streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app for your smart devices and on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 or BTC Flow Channel 612. We're all over social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Joining me now, Farrell Goff. Good morning, Farrell.
Good morning, Chester. Good morning, Bahamas.
I'm sorry, earlier in the show, I totally forgot who was coming in. Like my brain went blank.
Me, of all people? I don't know what to say. That's fine, man. It's fine. I got a lot going on, man.
Yeah.
Life be lifing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can join our conversation today. Tweet us at MorningBlend969 or follow the hashtag MorningBlend. And be sure to like our Facebook page, facebook.com/MorningBlend969. Leave your comments and read what others are saying about topics on the show. Or you can email us at morningblend@nasguard.com, or you can text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC. Text us at 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Standard text rates do apply. Also coming up this morning, more weather and traffic, and we have business news coming up in Morning Blend Business at 9 a.m. You can also call us 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, 242-300-5720. I almost forget to give those numbers, but I know lots of people already have them on speed dial. So
Definitely.
for the other people who might want to call.
First-time callers.
Yeah.
We welcome you.
We love to hear from you. But first, we're going to talk about what's in the news. And in the news, I don't know how much more time we need to spend on this, but our headline, Pintard slamming Davis, just based on the whole thing we had yesterday about the PM saying he didn't say what he said about surplus. Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Pintard he's using some strong language. I think he said he disqualified himself as a credible prime minister of finance and prime minister. That's some very strong words. The truth is, sometimes we do misunderstand things, even at the highest level.
Yeah,
at times it's not a pretty look, but it's a fact of life, and I doubt it'll be the last time there's an oversight by that position, right? So. The thing, Chester, with me and Bahamian politics, I don't know if it's international politics, it's very well maybe, is that at times, if there was a misstep, oversight, misunderstanding, sometimes you just say, you know what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did misread something, and I was in error for reporting it the way I did, and let's move on.
Right. Yeah.
We've corrected it, and now let's move on. We have more important matters to attend to, right? So,
and as a matter of fact,
you don't hear that much in politics, though.
And as a matter of fact, later on, then your enemies can't use it against you.
It's done. You owned it. You owned it.
What are they going to say after that?
And I do remember when that happened, there was a lot of questions around, what a surplus.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised as well. I was like, a surplus? I don't think you've had one of them in decades. So
let me tell you. There was an interesting story in the Tribune. The Bahamian Nazi sentenced to 20 years. I just read it.
A Bahamian what?
Nazi. Nazi.
Bahamian. Whoa.
Read a bit of that. A Bahamian-born neo-Nazi has been sentenced to 20 years in a U.S. federal prison for conspiring to attack power substations in the Baltimore area. Brandon Clint Russell, who's 30, appeared before a federal judge in Baltimore yesterday. He was handed a maximum sentence under a conviction for conspiracy to damage an energy facility. 20 years.
Wow.
For conspiracy to damage a
Bahamian Nazi. We just don't get involved with things like that typically.
Yeah. So Russell is a dual citizen of the Bahamas and the U.S. and was found guilty.
A bit more information coming up.
Yeah. Was found guilty this year.
I know if he's diehard Bahamian.
I mean, can't be. I mean, how long did he spend here? What school did he go to? These questions. Because a Nazi?
People take many interesting life directions and choices, Chester. So sometimes you got to understand the why for those decisions.
You're right.
Not necessarily which country he was born in or what school they gone to, right? I mean, there's a lot. Sometimes there's a lot behind that.
You're absolutely right. I wanted to just go into a little bit of a side street here with a kind of a rant. Like, I got an email yesterday that these things keep disturbing me. What do I do with my phone? These emails all the time. So there are certain, obviously the Prime Minister talked about this before, there's certain sectors of the economy that are reserved for Bahamians that foreigners, when they come here, should not participate in. They should not form businesses and do business under those things. One of those things is public relations. The media and lots of other things. Mm-hmm. I think the financial secretary, the prime minister talked about certain water sports activities that even cruise lines shouldn't be doing on their private islands because it's reserved.
Are they discouraged, or is it actually by law that they should not partake in? Foreigners should not partake in it. Or cannot partake in those sectors.
Right, okay. Reserved for Bahamians. So... And I keep getting these emails. I get these emails. I've always gotten them from public relations firms who are like, "Hey, we're the public relations firm of record for this Bahamian development." I call it Bahamian. It might not be done by a Bahamian, but it's in the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas, yep.
Right? And we want to just pitch this story to you. And I'm like, why are you emailing me? And I want the Bahamians and the foreigners involved and other media houses to hear me and help me to stop this practice. I think it's terrible. I think it's unjust.
So what are these foreign PR companies that
Foreign
are
PR
reaching out
companies,
to you?
yeah, they got phone numbers that start with something other than 242,
Yeah.
right?
Are they the company of record for development in the Bahamas?
They claim to be.
And
And there's no other public relations firm, local, who's asking me to do business with this development, etc. So it must be that.
yeah, no, they could be the international arm of the, for PR for those developments. Developments they generally I guess they advertise and promote internationally outside of the Bahamas.
They could be, but do you also have a local public relations firm that could reach out to me to do business within the Bahamas?
Have you responded to any?
I haven't responded
in
yet.
such way?
No, not yet.
Yeah, no, you should. You should.
So-
I think it's important. Right, we
But-
all got to do our part.
No, I agree. But I know for a fact that there's often no other PR firm but the international PR
Yeah.
firm, because we've done this for years.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't unless it's like explicitly said during the negotiation process or written into the heads of agreement, communicated clearly in person. I can see a foreign entity who is investing considerable money here in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
I mean, this may not be their first rodeo, so they may have their team.
I'm sure they do.
Experts,
I'm sure
whoever
they
they
do.
may be, right? And so I would, if I was coming in here investing money and wanting to promote my development as as effectively as I could, I may automatically just say, okay, I have XYZ company in New York, and
Right.
that they've been my partners, and hey, here's our new project. It's the Bahamas this time. Let's get rolling. Not realizing that I'm actually possibly circumventing a law.
Well,
I'm just saying I can
No,
see
no,
that
I
happening
get what you're
easily.
saying. I
So
get
I
what
don't know
you're
who
saying.
enforces that. I don't know when that is.
So-
when that's communicated, I don't know.
so it should be when they're rolling out the red carpet for these foreign developers. It should be in their little packet of things not to do.
Yeah, and
Locally.
I could see it not being right. I don't.
Well,
it may not.
they
be a
have big lawyers
It
who
may
read
not be
through
a,
lots of
a
words.
priority at the time, right? Because they're trying to actually land the development and get them to commit to investing this.
Some
this
of these
money, yeah.
people even claim to be Bahamians. They're like, I'm more Bahamian than where I came from, and they live here,
Yeah.
and they're still doing it.
So I would be curious, Shasta, if the folks that may have reached out to you, did they know?
Oh,
That-
the
that's-
public relations
that-
firms? It
that's-
doesn't matter if the public
Well,
relations firm
I
knows or
meant
not to me.
No, I meant the
developer. Yeah.
The person's in charge. Did they realize that is a condition that we have around promoting and advertising and public relations, that it has
Right.
to be a Bahamian entity representing you? And I mean, is there a PR board that
Not that I know of.
advocates or committee or?
But there should be one,
that,
right?
That
Yeah.
advocates for the proper functioning of that industry in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you kind of need a voice, right? And
Right.
A voice with some meat behind it, not just someone
Yeah.
making some noise here and there,
Right.
Because I mean, these are large entities with very far reach and deep pockets and influence. So you need something that can equally influence them to do the right thing.
Yeah. Well, we hope so. I mean, again, the conversation has started with regards to other sectors of the economy that are reserved for Bahamians. All the cruise lines that come here and have private islands are large entities as well, but the government is saying to them, no, you can't come here and do that, and we're not going to let you. So we'll see how far it goes.
I was going to say these private islands that we see now popping up, and with a great deal of success, by the way, and they're beautiful, right? I mean, they've invested considerable money in infrastructure and the works. They cannot offer water sports. They
Right.
can't handle that
certain water
internally.
sports. Right.
They would have to outsource that.
Outsource it to a Bahamian company.
Okay, wow.
That's the idea.
Okay.
And some of those keys own plenty jet skis.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because I could see it as part of the offering, right? The ship is only there for X amount of hours, every X amount of days. So while they're there, I control that as the as the entity that
Right.
owns it. I just don't see how effective that would be to outsource that to a Bahamian. I mean, in my mind, again, thinking from the entity that invested the money and is looking for a decent return on their investment, right? And the enjoyment of their guests and the visitors and that sort of stuff, right? So I wasn't aware of that.
I mean, they already do it. I mean, how much money they're making off it? They already do it with tours here. They sell the tour along with, so the Bahamian company sells the tour on board the ship, and the ship probably hikes the price up 60%.
They're going to put something on it, a premium on it.
They could do the same thing for the Bahamian company that's working on their private island.
Yeah.
So who knows? I'm just saying, Bahamians continue to talk about how it feels like foreigners are getting everything. They're getting the red carpet rolled out. They're getting ease of business. They're getting lots of help, concessions, and Bahamians are just getting the bad end of the stick. And it just feels like it continues to happen unabated.
Yeah, I mean, and the flip side of it, Jess, though, considering that, so much of our economy is driven by tourism, and a lot of these folks, and I'm not making it, just to the listeners out there, I'm not making excuses, nor am I taking sides. I'm just saying these folks invest considerable money.
Someone already come for you in the text messages.
Of course. These folks, they invest considerable money, and I know it may appear that we roll out the red carpet and everything is so easy for them, but if you speak to some of these investors and developers, these foreigners, they've not had an easy time. They've not had an easy time getting to where they are. It's sometimes it's like horror stories, right?
I'm sure.
Dealing with certain Bahamian entities along the way and what their expectations may be, whether above board or below board. And so it's not a bed of roses for these folks, right? So I just want to put that out there. But I do believe there's a vested interest in the powers that be to ensure that these folks continue to invest. Foreign direct investment is huge for us. Huge.
And on the Bahamian side, some people are absolutely already just locked out. They don't even get started. I'd rather have a hard time getting to the finish line than not starting at all.
Yeah, and I mean, as simple as small businesses, Chester, we don't even have to talk about, say, if a group of Bahamians wanted to create a hotel or something. I'm just talking about someone who wanted to start a business, a simple business, right? In their kitchen or in their garage. What you have to go through for that process. Although I must say the business license process has improved considerably. A lot of it is automated now. It's through the portal. That was a nightmare years ago, right? So there has been significant improvement in there, but financing is what I'm talking about. That is a very, very difficult journey for so many Bahamians. And the funny thing is, in the Bahamas, if you want $20,000 loan, the bank can say, what $20,000 you giving us for collateral? It's like, hold on, so where's so I must secure it 100% and pay interest. So where's the risk? Where's you're my partner in this? Are you holding any risk?
Right.
Or, I mean, is this? Come on, man.
Bring us 20,000. We'll lend you 20,000.
We'll lend you 20,000. Well, he's like, hold on. We'll cash secure it. Wait, but if I cash secure it, is it what?
Yeah.
Well, what about property? I think everybody walking around here with just all kind of deeds for land that I can leverage. I mean, a lot of Bahamians, we trying to break out of that cycle and be the first thing having business going, but it's rough. I really would like to see that process improve. Similar to like the United States and other places where you could walk in and out.
Yeah. I really want to just see Bahamians protected in their own country and able to, because some of the money that these international public relations firms make off of their clients in the Bahamas is just nasty money for like work that a Bahamian company could do. And then if they decide to give that Bahamian company a chance, the money ain't the same as the foreign firm, even though the work is probably the same. And then this too, the foreign firm is going to come here and have to consult with the Bahamian firm because they don't know nobody on the ground. They don't know how to reach nobody on the ground. They don't have a relationship with anybody on the ground. I could guarantee you most Bahamian PR firms could have my phone number, have another journalist's phone number, could reach a minister. You know what I'm saying? It's just they understand how to speak to them.
Yeah, I would, for fear of not being able to leave the studio in the next 2 hours, what I'm about to say, but I would like to dig into the can, the Bahamian, any firm can do equally what some of the larger, more exposed, more experienced international firms can do. I'm an advocate for Bahamians, but I believe we can partner. I do believe the Bahamian firm should get the opportunity and leave it to us to say, okay, we have a gap in resources, we have a gap in knowledge or capability, so we can go across the waters and we can then subcontract to the whomever we may need to fill that gap so we can provide that service. And it may be a new service that we've never done before. But leave it to the Bahamian company to then go and fill that gap on their own. And then now they're exposed. That's new equipment, new knowledge, new experiences they've had now that they can say, we have done that. And they may not, in the next project, they may not need to outsource it or go over the seas for that support.
But that suggestion is that everybody's starting from that spot.
Yep.
That's not true. There are Bahamian firms who are ready and able right now to do it, who have had international experience and ready to go. I did an interview yesterday with SoundCrate, and I think I mentioned this. I think I mentioned this recently on the show. They did all the AV and other things for the African Export-Import Bank's trade forum in Grenada. So this Bahamian company, who's the in-house AV company for Bahama, started small, started with tiny projects, and grew to now have wowed a multi-billion-dollar bank in Africa who wants to take them across the Caribbean and other places just to do their AV work because they were so impressed with everything they did.
Yeah, that's a great story. You need to get those folks on.
Yeah,
that's. I think that's.
Stay tuned for that story.
Yeah,
I did the interview yesterday.
That's a great feel-good story for and it could also influence and inspire.
It needs to inspire
other
other
Bahamian companies to understand what may be possible,
Yeah.
right? But you also have to follow a roadmap. I'm sure it wasn't as easy as people think. Sometimes you see the end results and not necessary to work behind the journey.
But also, you talk about opportunity. Some things you need to be in front of the right people at the right times as well. But you got to also put yourself there, right? Sorry about this caller. Let's try to take this call. Yeah, let's take this call. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Morning Blend.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm fine. And how far are you doing this morning?
I'm good, man. Thank you so much, man. I hope you're well.
All is well. Boy, long time no see.
You're right
You
there,
know
man.
me. I love the Bahamas. I love the BB people. I love my boy Trump. See, if I will listen to you guys making some good points this morning, right? Our leaders are weak. My children and grandchildren are fourth generation Bahamian. They born on the island of New Providence. Papa repeal the land whole enough, right? It's a reason. Mr. Christie had 5 years. He repealed it. Doc had 5 years. He repealed it. Now, Mr. Brave Davis got 4.5. He repealed it. See, our people, you see, it looks like me as if our leaders hate us to be people. See, I don't hate no nationalities. And like you were saying, to get all the red tape, all our land and going to the banks. I had a Visa card nothing but 25 years ago. I had to put up a couple of dollars to border. So after I do it, I tell them, take your money, and I cut up the card. If I ain't got no money for my debit card, I dead. But I ain't going to the bank about no money. The leaders got these insurance companies killing us. We got weak leaders. They ain't like Trump. Trump said he can make America good again. He believe in America, bring the foxes back, male and female, and tariffs, he's making them billions of dollars. He said he's fighting more war, fight your own war. That is that. But no, our leaders here. Michael, I'll tell you what I want you on time. We do place all these monies are leaving our country. If they send $50, make sure they get $20 tax on that. That didn't make no sense, Howard?
Yeah, but you don't want to make it prohibitive that people wouldn't want to come in and generate a decent wage so they can help their folks back in other countries, though. That's a big tax. That's like what 40% right there. Jesus.
But you can sit down and find every way and the Jesus Christ name the tax for me and my children. Where's the money coming from? Don't work here. All of them have to go to Central Service, Cabal, Light Bill, Water Bill, and tell them we ain't got to afford these. And I ain't shame. That's the only way these people can understand, We make people stop being ashamed. The other people come to this country getting everything in this country free. Saving their money and sending their money away. We need to fix this country.
Yeah.
Bahamas not a great country, Stop giving me our citizenship. No more passport. Well, I know people can need their work permits and stuff, right? But they charge them. Who come to this country want to pay? International Mason, you can pay big money. Almost trying to pay to pay people the right money. I don't tell the people that shortage here. We ain't got a shortage of Mason capital. You go downtown, them guys who drive and taxi and buses, they're the best plumbers and architects and carpenters in this country. But you can pay them the right money. One time take my call.
Thanks.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Yeah.
I mean, so a couple things there, right? A lot of wages are driven by the private sector, not necessarily the government, right? So that's something we have to consider, right? And mentioned that we're heavily taxed. The cost of living in the Bahamas is relatively high. That's a fact, compared to some of our neighbors or other countries in the region.
Relatively, you say?
Yeah, relatively. But in terms of our tax burden, we are not heavily taxed. We still get to take home a considerable amount of the money that we generate, on a personal level. We don't have income tax. So it's, generally speaking, we are not, I think we're in the maybe low 20s in terms of percentage of tax to income. You have some of the developed countries that we like to compare ourselves to and scream and shout at our leaders and say, why y'all can't be like them? And they in the 35, 40, 50% tax bracket, right? The vast majority of the funds that they generate, they don't take home. But now there is a lot of awesome stuff that come with that, right?
Right.
Like, free high quality healthcare, free high quality education, a lot of social services and social safety net as you get older or if you can't work. There's a lot of things in place that would still allow you to have a relatively comfortable life in those countries, right?
What their average wages look like?
Yeah, and it depends on which sector.
Yeah.
There's some sectors here in the Bahamas that are comparable to international standards, right?
And they're comfortable.
Yeah. But so it's and also too, the caller said that there's folks that live here free. I think we all pay VAT. I think that was the brilliance. That was the brilliance of VAT. I know a lot of people was like, "Is there aggressive tax?" Which indeed it is. Yeah. However, it is a catch-all tax.
Right.
I don't care who you are. I don't care what your nationality or your skin color or whatever, or what your profession is. If you buy that soda, you paying VAT just like everybody else who buying that soda, right? And likewise for generally all products and services in the Bahamas. So, it's interesting sometimes. I know we get frustrated as Bahamians, and I do too. I've lived there my whole life, right? And, Chester, you and I, when we were younger, we were a lot louder in our frustrations. Yeah. But as you get older, you start to understand the way things work, not only in the Bahamas, and you realize, wow, I thought it was just the Bahamas. We're not unique. Yeah. A lot of these issues and challenges of developing countries are pretty consistent across the board, right? And the Bahamas is a developing country, not to take anything away from who we are and where we're going, but that's the truth. We are not in the developed arena. We're developing. We still have a lot of work to do. And, I tend to believe that with time, especially with generations, right, they will take some people moving on in life for a major thrust forward in development to happen. But
I guess the problem is the people see the underdeveloped parts of the economy, the underdeveloped parts of our social structures, the underdeveloped parts of,
and it's a lot,
the way we govern.
It's a lot. Yeah, absolutely.
And they said this one or two things could change it, but it doesn't change.
Yeah. Would have wanted. Well, if you want to take some calls, but I hold that thought, Chester, because I'm going to ask you. Would have one or two things that can simply change it, right? And I'm just curious. I'd be interested to hear it.
Yeah, let's take that call. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Morning Blend.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are y'all?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Yeah, I just responding. There's a caller just mentioned about the cost of tax, and one of you mentioned that it's about tax. We're not so heavily taxed versus the cost of living. But I think that's like a play on words, because when you come to think of it, energy is the highest cost in this country, and the government, it owns the the power grid, right? When fuel on the road, when we relate these costs to our neighbors and the people who we compare ourselves to, when you talk about a light bill, it's like a mortgage, and you need petrol to get from point A to B on the road, and the government has input on that. They can bring immediate relief to this sector, energy sector, like tomorrow. So it may be, I don't know, you may want to argue that, well, not a tax or whatever the case may be, but we have, and when we consider what we take home, it may be more percentage-wise on direct taxation, but we are heavily taxed, and it's a burden. It's a burden to the average citizen. I would think. I mean, we can make a great difference tomorrow morning with a flash of a pen in just the energy. The government can make a big difference in just the energy. So how they make up the difference, where they get the tax from, I mean, that's what we hire them to do. But, in my humble opinion, we are heavily taxed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yep. And I agree. It still hits the bottom line of each citizen of the country, whether there are tax before you actually get your money in the bank, or it's after you get the money in the bank and it comes through cost of living. Now, generally, cost of living, you have the discretion to manage that on an individual basis. That's not automatic, right? The amount of electricity, the amount of the type of luxury, the type of things you spend your money on, you have a little bit more discretion to manage that. Based on your income, more than a direct tax. We have no choice in direct tax.
Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Morning Blend.
Good morning to you, Chester. Good morning to you, Farrell.
Good morning.
Good morning. I think the conversation we have is always based on emotions when it comes to taxes and other different things. And why do I say that? As you say, for instance, we talk about the golf. You spoke about the impact of the foreigners in the country, or sending money out and affecting them and everything else. It has an actual impact, more so in the Bahamas, for the fact that we have an issue where there's a disparity of income, expense, and exploitation of revenue when it doesn't circle into the economy. And what I mean by that, let's use shanty towns as an example. You have a person paying, a regular person, let's say making $400 a week. They're paying rent, they're paying light, they're paying water, they're paying a lot of different things. And I'm not talking about the exceptions in the shanty town where people will say, well, they connected to BTC and this and all those other different things. I'm just saying that those individuals in shanty towns, and this is not choosing any particular citizenship. If I go into a shanty town, I'm an American, I go into shanty town, I don't pay my impact for light, phone, water, or rent, all those things is not the same. And then I take 50% of my income and send it out of the country. That does have an economic impact when you do the multiplication for the expectation of what has happened. But our greatest problem here in the Bahamas is that our economy has not grown to the level that it should have. And when you begin to look at the micro and macroeconomic impacts, everything else, it's like, I'm not going into the details, but we always seem to avoid to have the conversation on where our economy needs to be, where it should have been over the last 25 years, based on the opportunities that's been afforded to us. We brag about the 11.2 million tourists, but if you was to even treat the whole 11.2 million tourists as stopover, we know that let's say 1.8 of those is not, but let's treat the whole 11.2 million as tourists. Those 11.2 million tourists is equivalent to 450,000 stopover visitors. And so when we begin to look at all of these different things from an economic thing, we can begin to see the deficiencies that we have. For the Bahamas to have grown, we should have been adding about $600 million or so in new money to the economy that retains itself, not the GDP, but the money flowing through the economy. Let's round it should be about $1 billion. But the problem is that we don't see that. We've had the GDP economic growth, but then when you look at the impact within the country for the balance of it going throughout the economy, it doesn't. It can be argument made that we don't produce anything, we don't do any of these things. And I'm going to not try to not overcomplicate this, but we have to have some simplified conversation on the economy, which then brings us back to the conversation on why it's important for the first lead in the story of the error that the Prime Minister made and the fact that he's doubled down on it. If you look at what they said, what the IMF said concerning the tourism numbers and why the central bank should be the one collaborating on that numbers, because numbers and percentages and predictions is absolutely need to be correct for what we do and what we promote to the international people. Because when our errors are wrong, whether it's in how we apply tourism numbers or what the Minister of Finance says, not the Prime Minister, or what the Minister of Finance says, and then recognizing the error and doubling down and tripling down and 4 times down the fact that what was said was correct and everybody else was wrong, it affects the credibility of those figures coming out of government, whether it be tourism, whether it be Minister of Finance. And so it's important for us in a market that is fragile at best to be able to get these things correct. The proper thing for the Prime Minister to do is say, hey, you're correct. I made a mistake.
And let's move on.
Put something in the front of the word or something in the back of it or whatever it is, and I didn't. But to double down and tell us, the people that we are dreaming, and basically the same people listening to him got the numbers, he's telling them that they didn't hear what he said. It's a huge thing. Understand? That's an error of 6,548%. It's not a small error.
Agreed.
Appreciate it. We got to go to.
Thank you for your contributions.
We got to go to our break. So. Oh, okay.
I wanted to touch on a few things that the caller mentioned. That we could do that.
Hopefully we can get to it when we come back. Let's take this break in Morning Blend. We'll return on the other side.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
And now it's time for your first look at traffic. This Morning Blend brought to you by RBC. With RBC, reaching your goals happens here. Taking a look at your regular hotspots now. So Malibutla Highway traffic is starting to back up by the roundabout. It's still moving as you approach the gas station there at the roundabout with Tony Williams Darling Highway in the northbound lane, but it is backing up for sure. On Tony Williams Darling Highway, as you approach the roundabout there with Sir Malibutla Highway heading west, that traffic is building as well. You're still moving on Blue Hill Road at that roundabout with Independence Drive. Traffic starting to build up on East Street though, at the roundabout at Independence Drive. Everywhere else seems to be flowing. It's pretty wet out there. Drive with caution. And care. We'll have more on traffic in the 8 o'clock hour. This traffic alert also brought to you by NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers. Whether you prefer a face-to-face chat or handling things online, we've got you covered. Visit nuainsurance.com for an instant motor quote or stop by your nearest branch today. And now it's time for your second look at today's weather, brought to you by Star General. Your general situation, deep layered troughing moving westward across the island chain will produce some convective activity through the weekend. Most of the showers and thunderstorms will be concentrated across the northern and northwest Bahamas, with residual showers in the central and parts of the southeastern islands. A weak pressure gradient continues to support light to moderate breezes. Weak high pressure is expected across the area as the surface trough moves away, resulting in reduced shower activity by Sunday. However, mid to upper level troughing will remain through early next week, supporting occasional shower and thunderstorm activity. For the northern and northwest Bahamas, some showers could become heavy and thunderstorms strong to severe at times. Therefore, the public is urged to remain alert for any severe weather updates today. There is a risk of flooding in low-lying or flood-prone areas. Please take the necessary precautions. For the southeast Bahamas, the public is urged to remain hydrated, wear light-colored clothing, sunglasses, and sunscreen, and to limit prolonged outdoor exposure to the sun, as UV indices are expected to remain in the very high to extreme range, and heat indices in the upper 90s to the triple digits. Weather for the northern Bahamas, partly cloudy to cloudy. Your chance of showers and thunderstorms, 30 to 40%. Winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, falling to light and variable at times. Your low temperature today, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Your high, 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Heat index making it feel like 102 degrees Fahrenheit. For the northwest Bahamas, weather partly cloudy to cloudy, a 30 to 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, falling to light and variable at times. Your low temperature, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Your high, 91 degrees Fahrenheit, with your heat index up to 103 degrees Fahrenheit. For the central Bahamas, weather variably cloudy, a 20 to 30% chance of scattered showers with isolated thunderstorms. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 knots. Your low temperature, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Your high temperature, 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Your heat index at 103 degrees Fahrenheit. And for the southeast Bahamas, weather partly sunny, becoming partly cloudy at night. A 10 to 20% chance of isolated showers for you. Winds easterly at 10 to 15 knots. Your low temperature, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Your high, 92 degrees Fahrenheit. But the heat index making it feel like 104 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll have more on weather for you and your tropical outlook in the 8 o'clock hour. That was your weather check brought to you by Star General Insurance, made simple.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Tings Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations excluding the airport and food truck.
No one likes a fender bender.
Oh, man.
From a little scratch to a full mashup, NUA Insurance has got you covered with auto insurance tailored to fit your needs and budget. For affordable rates with free on-site accident assistance, visit us online or in branch and just ask us. NUA Insurance. Ask us because we've got you covered.
Get ready to catch the thrill and win with Shell. Fuel up with $20 or more and unlock your shot at unforgettable prizes.
We're talking regatta trips to Exuma and Harbor Island.
Free fuel, grocery vouchers, water park passes, and more. Just snap your receipt and WhatsApp it to us at 242-422-0271. The vibes are high, the prizes are hot, and the summer is yours to win with Shell. Only at participating Shell stations in Nassau. Now through August 22nd. Terms and conditions apply.
Maybe it's time to explore your options. There's no harm in reviewing your mortgage arrangement and considering a better deal. CIBC Caribbean can help you narrow your search and decide. Switch your mortgage to CIBC Caribbean and enjoy a special interest rate and help towards your switching cost. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/inspired home for more information. Conditions apply.
This tourist gal, she come here on a tour. Prepaid she hotel, and she fun before. Looking like a peach, she stepped down from the plane. Quick as a wink, Jerry the tour man to her explain. I gon' wine and dine you, hook and twine you, make your blood run hot. Twist you, turn you, you gon' learn merengue on the spot. I don't care where you come from, you're far from home, gal, have your fun. Your indiscretion will be concealed, all in the package deal. She said, wait, mister, you must have made a mistake. My road sure tell me clear what contacted me. Hush up, put away that thing, gal, the writing is too large. From now on, it's Jerry's in charge. I'm gonna wine and dine you, hook and twine you, make your blood run hot. Tease you, squeeze you, sure to please you, Jerry's on the spot. Don't tell me about you rich or poor, it's 9 o'clock at the hotel door, and I am pleased to reveal, madam, it's all in the package deal. Make your blood run hot. Twist you, turn you, you can learn merengue on the spot. I don't care where you come from, you're far from home, gal, have your fun. Your indiscretion will be concealed, madam, it's all in the package deal. When she gone home, she bragged to all she friends. Now Jerry's in trouble, he headache never ends. Yes, your business good.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
And now at 8:25, it's time for your final look at today's weather. Your general situation, or today's weather is actually brought to you by Sherwin. Your general situation, a deep layered troughing moving westward across the island chain will produce some convective activity through the weekend. Most of the showers and thunderstorms will be concentrated across the northern and northwestern Bahamas, with residual showers in the central and parts of the southeastern islands. A weak pressure gradient continues to support light to moderate breezes. Weak high pressure is expected across the area as the surface trough moves away, resulting in reduced shower activity by Sunday. However, mid to upper level troughing will remain through early next week, supporting occasional shower and thunderstorm activity. For the northern and northwest Bahamas, some showers could become heavy and thunderstorms strong to severe at times. Therefore, the public is urged to remain alert for any severe weather updates today. There is a risk of flooding in low-lying or flood-prone areas. Please take the necessary precautions. For the southeast Bahamas, the public is urged to remain hydrated, wear light-colored clothing, sunglasses, and sunscreen, and to limit prolonged outdoor exposure to the sun, as UV indices are expected to remain in the very high to extreme range, and heat indices in the upper 90s to the triple digits. Your weather outlook for the northern Bahamas, partly cloudy to cloudy, 30 to 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, falling to light and variable at times. Your high temperature, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Your low temperature, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Your high temperature, 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Your heat index making it feel like 102 degrees Fahrenheit. For the northwest Bahamas, weather partly cloudy to cloudy, a 30 to 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, falling to light and variable at times. Your low temperature 78 degrees Fahrenheit, your high 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Your heat index 103 degrees Fahrenheit. For the central Bahamas, weather variably cloudy, a 20 to 30% chance of scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Wind southeast at 10 to 15 knots. Your low temperature 78 degrees Fahrenheit, your high 91 degrees Fahrenheit, but the heat index making it feel like 103 degrees Fahrenheit. And for the southeast Bahamas, weather partly sunny, becoming partly cloudy at night, a 10 to 20% chance of isolated showers. Winds easterly at 10 to 15 knots, Your low temperature 78 degrees Fahrenheit, your high 92 degrees Fahrenheit, 104 degrees Fahrenheit though is your heat index. Your tropical weather outlook: off the southeastern United States, a non-tropical area of low pressure located a few hundred miles off of the coast of North Carolina has a low near 10% formation chance through 48 hours. Formation chance through 7 days is a low 20%. For the central and tropical Atlantic, a tropical wave over the central tropical Atlantic is in an environment that is forecasted to become conducive for gradual development in a few days. The wave has a low 10% chance of formation over the next 48 hours and a medium 60% chance through the next 7 days. In your extended forecast for the Bahamas for tomorrow, weather partly cloudy across the northern and northwest Bahamas. Meanwhile, it's partly sunny across the central and southeast Bahamas. A 20 to 30% chance of showers with thunderstorms in the northern and northwest Bahamas, and a 10 to 20% chance of isolated showers and thunderstorms in the central and southeast Bahamas. Winds southeasterly at 10 to 15 knots across all areas. Your low temperature for the weekend for Saturday, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Your high, 93 degrees Fahrenheit with a heat index of 102 degrees Fahrenheit. And your outlook for Sunday, weather variably cloudy during the day, turning mostly fair at night. A 10 to 20% chance of isolated showers with possible afternoon thunderstorms. Winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots with occasional gusts across all areas. Your low temperature 82 degrees Fahrenheit, your high 93 degrees Fahrenheit with a heat index of 104 degrees Fahrenheit. That was your final weather check, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. Looking to paint? Your local Sherwin-Williams store has top quality paints, expert advice, and everyday discounts to help you save. Only at Sherwin-Williams. Time now for your traffic alert, brought to you by RBC. With RBC, reaching your goals happens here. Let's see, things looking just a little bit different now. Traffic on Somalabala Highway not so much backed up to the Fire Trail Road roundabout, but it is backed up pretty far. Looks like it's moving, probably traffic controlled by the police at the moment. Intersection with Carmichael Road and Blue Hill Road. Some traffic building up at the light, but it's moving as you get to the hill. There on Blue Hill Road. Looks like it's flowing fairly well. Some traffic building up on East Street there as you approach the roundabout for Independence Drive in the northbound lane. As we said before, those are your hot spots. It is a little wet out there, so drive with caution and care. And be patient. That traffic alert also brought to you by NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers. Need cover you can count on? You can buy motor insurance your way. Stop by your nearest branch or visit nuainsurance.com. Simple, secure, and ready when you are.
You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers, for window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Maybe it's time to explore your options. There's no harm in reviewing your mortgage arrangement and considering a better deal. CIBC Caribbean can help you narrow your search and decide. Switch your mortgage to CIBC Caribbean and enjoy a special interest rate and help towards your switching cost. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/inspired home for more information. Conditions apply.
Spring into savings at Roberts Furniture with appliance combos that work for your home and your pocket. GE 18 cubic feet fridge and stove, only $15.99. Visit our linen department where 100% cotton towels start at just $2. Take advantage of the long summer evenings with Panama Jack patio furniture and save 25%. Or how about a free box spring with any orthopedic mattress purchase? And with salary deductions, layaway, and the gift registry, there's a payment option to suit every budget. Roberts Furniture, quality, comfort, style, 5th Terrace, Centerville. 322-8862. Like us on Facebook.
This October, Bahama invites you to indulge your senses at the Culinary and Arts Festival, where world-class flavors meet breathtaking creativity in the heart of the Bahamas. Join us October 22nd through 26th for an unforgettable celebration featuring culinary legends Marcus Samuelson, Dario Zucchini, Simeon Hall Jr., and Scott Conant, alongside a vibrant lineup of chefs and mixologists. Explore captivating art installations, interactive workshops, and live performances, all set against the stunning backdrop of Nassau's premier luxury resort. From curated tasting events to beachfront feasts and immersive gallery experiences, this is more than a festival. It's a feast. Tickets and packages are going fast. Visit Bahamar.com to reserve your spot at the Culinary and Arts Festival at Bahamar, where taste and talent takes center stage.
Wake up. Joe Bahamas doesn't mess about when it comes to product range and product knowledge.
If it's a new product come in the store, we walk the store and study that product.
One thing with our boss, if a new product comes in, he takes the time and he's always keeping us up to date with product knowledge. And we just had 9 weeks of different products that we had to study, and we had exams at the end of each product.
Yeah.
The only way we can sell the product effective, we have to know that product. Yeah, that helps us to relate to our customers. It gives us better knowledge to know what product to introduce to them. You understand? So we can know what product to give them to use and what product not to give them to use. So product knowledge is really key in Sherwin-Williams.
They got the keys. And the key is the product knowledge that comes with our extensive product range. Paints, Bahamas. Find color in every day.
In the world of business, technology is not a choice, it's a necessity. And for businesses that demand excellence, there's only one choice for unparalleled support and cutting-edge technology. Custom Computers. You have challenges and we have solutions. Computing, networking, storage, and printing for enterprises large and small, aligned with premium brands like HP, Microsoft, Konica Minolta, and more. Get tech done the right way with Custom Computers. Call the know-how team at 396-1101.
Southwest Plaza has so many stores, I've been trying to find a sensible way to list them all. There's CBS Bahamas, the Ashai Institute, BENC Snack World, Bamboo Shack Bahamas, there, the Athlete's Foot, and BTC, Games and More, John Bull Fine Threads, Alive, Bahari, Dairy Queen, 700 Wines and Spirits, Sandy's, Clarkson Island, Lost Pharmacy, plus Marco's Pizza and Lorraine. Southwest Plaza, what a wide array of stores. Southwest Plaza, stop by today and explore.
No one likes a fender bender.
Oh, man.
From a little scratch to a full mashup, NUA Insurance has got you covered with auto insurance tailored to fit your needs and budget. For affordable rates with free on-site accident assistance, visit us online or in branch and just ask us. NUA Insurance. Ask us because we've got you covered.
KB and Sting, coming with the Bohemian ting. Come on. Woo! Oh, yeah. Yes.
Good morning. Welcome back to Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. I'm Chester Robards filling in for Dwight Strachan one more day, along with Farrell Goff.
Yes, sir.
The great one.
No, man.
And we are supposed to have some guests join us. I'm sure they'll be with us fairly soon. But I want to get to some of the text messages that came in before the break.
Be gentle, please.
This person
Them
says-
Texas, boy, they get serious.
They hiding behind this text. But anyway,
passionate.
Farrell Goff, you come back to radio years later talking mess. Ignorance of the law is no excuse for any international business to break our laws. We must report such crime and enforcement must be carried out. We just too slack in this country.
I agree. Enforcement is generally where we fall down. We have some great laws that protect Bahamians and other interests we have. Enforcement is very difficult. Very difficult for Bahamians.
Yeah. This person says, y'all are wrong. The banks ask for the 20K principal plus their interest as collateral.
Yeah, man, it could be onerous on the an individual just trying to improve and make a difference in their life and even add a service or product to the Bahamas that we may not have, right?
Yeah. This person says the word surplus is not a casual word for PM or PR finance minister to use. I don't believe it was a misunderstanding or oversight because I have seen a pattern of intentional great news spin aimed at low IQ voters. Yikes.
No, but I think you have enough Bahamians who can understand what it means for us to have a surplus, right? I mean, they understand that the basic numbers of the budget, and a surplus is a surplus. That means that after we take in money and pay all our bills, we have a great deal left over. That I don't, like I said, I don't think that's happened anytime recently or for a very, very long time. So it was big news. It was exciting news, but a lot of people did question it.
Yeah, didn't turn out to be a surplus though.
Nope.
This person said, I believe this was more good news, ramp up for the early election fervor in line with good news Lucayan sale. That early election appears to have been sidelined by reality. I don't know about any early. I never believed it was an early election.
I hope the lesson in it, though, Chester, is that these the persons who we elect to lead and put in those positions that they do their due diligence, right, before they announce certain things or release certain reports to the public. Super, super important, man. Super important. And then a lot of this news goes international. I think one of the callers or the article says in the paper so it has some implications beyond just bad reporting.
Yeah. This person also says you don't have to say relatively high prices. A space alien would open their Cyclops one eye wide at 3.
Where you shopping?
Where you shopping?
Fresh Market Square.
Boy.
Yeah, but relatively, yes. The cost of shopping in the Bahamas is high. We import everything, though. I mean, there's even a reason behind that. I know some people, think the shop owners are villains and this and that, right? But we import everything. It costs. It costs to get it here. It's just not going from the ground to the shop shelf. I mean, there's a whole supply chain behind that costs considerable money: shipping, packaging, preserving, purchasing from the original, supplier. Usually, or not 95% of the time overseas. Sometimes from very far distances. Yeah. So it's the cost of doing. Then the shop owner got to make some money, right?
That's
on
right.
top of it.
Go
Otherwise,
check.
what are you here for?
Go check the market out on Glasson Road on Saturday, farmers market. See what they got.
I mean, they do have some good prices and some good products. No, and that's a farmers market.
Yeah.
That's directly from ground to on the table for you to buy and take home and consume. I support it wholeheartedly. I've been out there a few times, and it's just, even outside of the things that I want, it's just an amazing experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. This person says, Farrell is not entirely accurate to say that everyone pays VAT. While it is a regressive tax, certain businesses earning under 100K are not required to charge it, meaning their customers don't pay VAT. Many tuck shops in unregulated communities serve a large number of customers who fall into this category.
Yeah, well, you can always have your gray area. No, that is true. You have your gray areas, but somewhere along the line, VAT would have been paid on that item that they do have, in the unregulated mom pop shops, right? Somewhere VAT was paid along that supply chain to get that on the shelf. So it's I think as close we can get to a catch-all tax, considering the way we operate in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
You don't want income tax. Income tax, everybody business owner and everybody making $10 a year. So that's what you're going to tax me on, right? So it's going to be a lot rougher once we roll out
I didn't
income
have
tax.
a bad experience with income tax when I worked in the States.
Well, don't forget they have a huge infrastructure behind that generally ensures that the government is going to collect on it, and if it doesn't, eventually, you will. It will for the most part.
My tax return was fairly decent too. So this person says yes, tax return. So stop your nonsense.
Well, not only do they get a decent tax return, they get tremendous benefits from paying higher tax. Beautiful infrastructure, education, healthcare, and everything else that comes with that, right? Imagine just education alone. Imagine if most middle class behemoths didn't have to pay school fees. Think about that, Chester. For 18 years, each one of your children, you have to dig in your pocket every 3 times a year, and in some instances pay very, very high school fees compared to being in a developed country where that is built into your taxes, and the government system, school system is provides a pretty substantial quality of education. That alone is money left in your pocket if you didn't have to pay school fees.
Quite right.
Much as healthcare and private insurance. So there's a lot that we can, the wear and tear on our vehicles. Because the conditions of the road. So there's a lot of benefits to paying higher tax, but you have to feel confident in your leaders and your leadership that money will be well spent and benefit you in the long run.
Absolutely.
You can't tax me more, and we need some transparency. We need some efficiency. We just need a few years of really good governance for Bahamians to be like, okay, wow, we've turned the corner.
Quite right.
We have very low trust in government in the Bahamas.
This person says, how do you manage the cost of living when politicians are traveling high on the backs of the people and you can't change a price on goods? So tell me how to manage the cost of living other than picking peas out of what. Bottom line is we're being taxed the hair off our heads.
I tell you, I think the predominant driver of our cost of living just is that we do not produce much. I almost wanted to say anything, but I think there's some things that we do produce, but not very few things we produce on a national level that could provide the demand that we have in this country for certain things. So importation is, I don't think we'd ever be a major manufacturing country. We're just not set up that way, right?
This person says, good morning, Chester and guests in Bahamas. Chester, I am more in agreement with your stand on this particular issue. While I respect Farrell's opinion, he seems to be more apologetic and sympathetic towards the foreign interests. The Bahamas is ripe and bursting with opportunities, and people of all nationalities are flocking to the Bahamas. We as a nation need to see about us, but the Bahamas has always been loving, kind, helpful, and respectful to others. But let's see about us first of all.
I believe the Bahamas as a us first, a general approach, and we also need to work well with others and foreigners for the best interests of our country as a combination. I don't think it has to be either or, right?
Yeah. As Brendan says, sometimes I just wonder if people has traveled because the same USA where we love to go, they must see will die if they live over there without tax. How will a country survive? How will we service the assets? How will we pay salaries? The money have to come from somewhere to borrow. How come people just talk like money is dropped from the sky for governments? I think people generally understand that this needs to be some level of tax.
No, I don't. I think we could benefit from some just education and understanding of how tax systems work and where we actually stand relative to other countries and what's happening with our tax dollars. Now, the problem is the government can't be the driver of that education because we ain't going to believe them. We can say y'all trying to swing us one, so that's a difficult argument. But I do think we struggle sometimes with understanding how that whole thing works, and especially for other countries also.
Yeah. Someone's text messages, someone messaging to say that there's an accident on Coral Harbor Road going towards the airport. The traffic is backed up going to Coral Harbor roundabout. So if you're going in that direction, you may want to
turn
around and try another way. We got our guests on now, so let's switch gears. Sorry if I couldn't get to all of your text messages. I apologize. But we're going to get to our guests in just a second. Because today we have on with us for our Disability Awareness Series, Dario Charlton is typically with us, representing the Bahamas Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. Dario, you with us? I think Dario was supposed. Is Dario with us online? I think we're supposed to have Kylie and Lamaya on as well. Are they on?
I'm on.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
We're fine. We're good.
Good morning.
Good. So I guess we won't. I don't know who else is on. If you're on there, say hey. But okay, we can go with you. So are you also with the Bahamas Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired, or you're the ones who took part in the Diabetes Summer Camp?
We're the Diabetes Summer Camp.
Okay. Yes. All right. Excellent. So let's start off with what that was about and what it was. If any of you can just jump in.
Okay.
So where was the Diabetes Summer Camp? Because I don't know. Let's say I don't know anything about it.
It was at I think St. George Anglican Church.
Okay.
St. George's.
Yeah. St. Gregory's.
St. Gregory's?
Yes, sir.
One of them Anglican churches, right?
Yeah.
They all the same. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Anglican people.
So what did it focus on? What did the Diabetes Summer Camp focus on? And I are living with diabetes?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What type of diabetes do each of you have?
I have type 1.
Okay.
Type 1 diabetes.
Both have type 1 diabetes. Okay, and so was this the first time for this Diabetes Summer Camp?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what did it focus on? What did you guys get to do? Just tell me a little bit about it.
We got to play a lot of games together, and it was fun. We had a lot of talk about health and a lot of other kids who could relate to what we're going through.
Yeah. And about how many kids would you say took part?
Like 15.
Oh, okay.
Like around 15.
So how was that experience for you guys? I'm sure it must have been refreshing. Like I think one of you mentioned, just being around other people who can relate to what you guys go through, right? Because it's for me, it's just fascinating. A diabetes summer camp. I mean, I almost want to ask the question too: is it surrounded by like the way you eat and controlling and being able to better manage the condition? I'm just so many questions I have around this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is it for you guys? Being young and managing this condition, is eating the biggest for you day to day?
It's either eating or keeping track of my numbers. I think mostly eating though.
Yeah. And when you say, for people who don't know, when you say keeping track of your numbers, what do you mean?
Keeping my numbers in range, like.
Yeah, making sure our numbers don't go too high or too low.
So glucose levels.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And how often do you have to check?
Probably every 30 minutes.
Oh, really? That often?
Probably not that often.
But most of us have a CGM, which reads our sugar.
Okay.
So we don't.
And then some of us have a Dexcom.
And what's that? Is that the electronic monitoring one?
Yes, sir.
Is that the one is that like an app on your phone or something, or is it the one that you carry around with you?
An app on your phone. You could put it on your phone if it's an Android or an Apple device.
Oh.
Or you have this mini phone that you can carry around that comes with the Dexcom.
Oh, okay.
And then there's an Omnipod that you attach to your body, and it transports insulin. It'll probably go through insulin almost every second.
Oh, really?
Wow. High tech, man.
So, I mean, I wouldn't say this is new technology to people who've been living with diabetes for a long time, but it's probably like standard technology for you young people. Or,
I don't know about that.
Okay, so you haven't had this thing for a long time.
I haven't had it though.
Okay.
So I have a question. What is like a daily meal plan look like for you guys in terms of being very aware of what you put into your body and the impact it can have, and it contributing to managing and controlling your numbers? If you can walk us through what a day would look like in terms of the consumption of food, the type and that sort of stuff.
For me, I like to have a low carb breakfast in the morning with probably eggs, bacon, and a toast. Then for lunch, I usually go a little high carbs. Like rice, some meat, some vegetables. Around the same thing for dinner.
Is that white rice?
White rice or brown rice, but I prefer brown.
You
Only
prefer
a cup
brown?
of rice too.
All right. So is it sugar? So processed sugar is what you guys try to stay away from because the impact it can have. Is that really what you look out for?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sometimes.
All right. I thought white rice has sugar content. No, am I tripping? No.
I mean, I think generally people say white rice isn't the best for you. But
okay. No,
I don't know. So what did you learn? What do you think you learned in the diabetes summer camp that maybe you didn't know?
I learned how to calculate my carbs and how much insulin to give myself per meal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. And there was a counselor there who was able to teach you guys about that, or did they bring in like a doctor at some point?
They have doctors.
Yeah.
But I learned that even when my sugar's high in the morning, I still could eat. I just have to take a correction bolus. I learned that the first day.
A what?
Correction. What is that?
Correction bolus. So when your sugar's high and you're going to eat or your sugar just high, you take some extra insulin along with the insulin for your food. That helps bring down the sugar.
Oh.
So extra as well as the insulin with your food. Are you adding the insulin, or there's some food that naturally has insulin? Sorry, I'm going to ask some very obvious questions because I just don't know. I apologize, okay?
A corrective shot can be either separate or with a meal.
Okay. All right, cool. I understand.
So you have both. You have to both self-inject, and you also have the automatic.
The Omnipod.
Omnipod that does the automatic injection. Okay. And how long have both of you been living with diabetes?
8 years.
9 years.
We don't even know how old you are, so
I wanted to ask.
I
didn't know it was appropriate because
I don't know. How old are both of you?
They sound well spoken, but I didn't know the age.
I'm 14 years old.
Okay.
I'm 12.
Y'all doing a great job.
Wow. You're very well spoken for us.
So what are some of the is it a challenging condition to live with, moving around the general public spaces and socially, or is it something that just is more managed internally, in the comfort of your home? I'm just curious for both of you.
But in the public, it's kind of hard because you see your friends eating things and you're like, oh, I want some, but you can't really eat that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard in the public. But in my home, it's pretty easy to manage.
Okay.
Was diabetes something that ran in each of your families, or?
No. Mm-mm.
Type 2 ran inside my family line.
Okay. Yeah, and like Farrell said, I guess the summer camp was all for kids with diabetes. And did you make some new friends, learn some new things about how others are coping with diabetes?
Yeah,
I made some new friends.
Me too.
Did you know any of them before?
I knew one.
Okay.
I knew three. My bad. I knew three. Lamaya, Alexander.
Oh, there you go.
A boy named Giovanni.
Shout outs.
Went to my school. Shout out to the.
And what's like regular school life for you? Is it hard? I mean, when it comes to like exercise at PE and stuff?
The food is very tempting.
The food, so the food really is the rough spot.
Oh. Not for me. It isn't food for me.
Okay, it isn't food for you.
But school life, it's okay, but there's some up and downs. Like when your sugar's high and you're getting called from the nurse every 2 seconds, that's, yeah.
You get a call from the nurse. Now, what? Because the nurse is monitoring you?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Like sometimes my parents call the nurse to tell them that my sugar is high, and she sends administrators to look for me.
Well, this is interesting. So your parents are monitoring you as well through this system?
Yes, so they're connected to the app on my phone, so they can see my sugars every day as I can see mine.
Wow.
Yeah, technology
is amazing.
An emergency you could avoid by someone else being privy to that, those levels, someone who cares and ready to take action.
Yeah. And the nurse is right there watching over you, trying to call you out of class too?
Yes, sir.
Wow. And when that happens, do you carry something with you to eat or...
In my bag, I always have some kind of candy with me for those.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Good. This is amazing.
So the camp is something you guys are both looking forward to next year? Is it something you do want to do again?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, wow. All right.
Oh, definitely.
Yes. Nice vote of confidence.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, for the organizers.
Yeah. There's someone else is on with you guys now, Moss?
Good morning, yes.
Oh.
I just joined the link because I realized that Mr. Dario Shelton may not have been on. I know that electricity is off in certain areas.
Oh, yes.
So I decided to join, but I did work the camp.
Thank you. Okay, yes.
Good job, by the way.
Thought I joined. But it was an amazing experience, and these two girls, they just had a blast, as did the other children. And so it was just an amazing time, and I'm so happy to hear them speak so well about it.
Sorry, what's your full name?
My name is Sonia Moss-Moultrie.
Sonia Moss-Moultrie.
I'm a part of the Bahamas Diabetic Association, so I'm a part of that organization.
Okay.
But I work more specifically with the parents of the children with type 1 diabetes because I'm also a parent of a child with type 1 diabetes.
Okay. And you said you worked the summer camp?
Yes, I did.
So this was the first year for this?
This was the first year. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful experience for both the children and those who worked. Dr. Nurse Lindiana Ramming, she's the president of the Bahamas Diabetic Association. And Dr. Chisholm, who is the doctor of many of these children, they would have worked very closely together to afford them, the children, this opportunity and to create the experience that they would have had.
Yeah, excellent. We're gonna just go to a quick break for our news break, and we'll be back to continue this conversation.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
As a healthcare professional, you dedicate your life to caring for others. But even with the best care, legal challenges can arise. Protect your practice and your peace of mind with medical malpractice insurance from Star General. At Star General, we've partnered with Lloyd's of London to bring you comprehensive professional liability insurance designed specifically for those consulting or practicing privately. Visit our website today so you can focus on what you do best, caring for your patients, while we take care of the rest. Star General, insurance made simple.
Get ready to catch the thrill and win with Shell. Fuel up with $20 or more and unlock your shot at unforgettable prizes.
We're talking regatta trips to Exuma and Harbor Island.
Free fuel, grocery vouchers, water park passes, and more. Just snap your receipt and WhatsApp it to us at 242-422-0271. The vibes are high, the prizes are hot, and the summer is yours to win with Shell. Only at participating Shell stations in Nassau. Now through August 22nd. Terms and conditions apply.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own. and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. I'm Chester Robards along with Farrell Goff. And we're continuing our conversation about the Diabetes Summer Camp. It is our Disability Awareness Series. Dario did send his apologies. He's having some technical difficulties and couldn't be on. But we're talking with Miss Moss and two lovely campers, Kylie and Lamaya, who seem to thoroughly enjoy this first diabetes summer camp.
I love hearing the feedback. But
Yeah.
Miss Moss, I just have a quick question for you. Are you there? Yes. Yeah. So I think the young ladies said that this was the first time this camp was put on. Is that correct?
Yes, this was the first time.
So what was the kind of the impetus like, or the idea behind it? Right? Like, I mean, what got this whole thing started? Because it seems like this can be obviously become an annual thing moving forward, but I'm just curious, like, how did it get off the ground?
Yes, this is definitely something that's going to continue. A lot of these kids a couple of years ago, we had the Diabetic Research Institute, and they would always do a summer camp, and a lot of our kids belonged to that camp. And when they would have decided to close their doors during COVID, a lot of the parents and the children were sort of lost, and that, we were just trying to figure our lives out, and we missed each other. And so we started, amongst a few of us, we started meeting again, and the parents, that is, meeting. And, there were little opportunities for the children to get together. And we formed a group called KWD, Kids with Diabetes, with the assistance, the encouragement, and everything of Dr. Chisholm. Like I said, she is the doctor for most of these children, and she's definitely the medical lead now for the Kids with Diabetes group. So the Kids with Diabetes group is now a part of the Bahamas Diabetic Association. So we are now their children's part. We're under their umbrella. We're a part of them, and we're under their umbrella. And so we are more of the children's arm of that organization. And so it just made sense for them to, I guess, come together and say, well, let's do something for the children. They are no longer having anything. And Nurse Raming was very passionate about it. And interestingly enough, so was Dr. Chisholm. So it was very easy for them to come together with, the Dr. Chisholm and her supporters, the parents and Nurse Raming and the executive committee of the BDA, to just come together and plan something in the works long enough to take their time. So they had to work very hard, very quickly. But what I witnessed, what I was a part of, was nothing short of extraordinary. And I don't know how it could have been better. I don't know how we're going to improve it. It was just that amazing.
Yeah, that's great. How many kids and teens do we have in the Bahamas living with diabetes?
Now, I cannot
we know about
statistics, but I can tell you that the Kids with Diabetes support group, we have maybe about 50 or 60 families in that group.
Right.
And so obviously there are a whole lot more families out there that have children with type 1 diabetes in particular, although as a part of the Bahamas Diabetic Association, we are dealing with children with all types of diabetes. With all the types, so type 1 and type 2 in particular.
Right. And I don't know if this is associated with stigmas or people kind of understand the disease and how it's managed, and do you know?
Well, that's definitely another stigma. I think for our children, it was just important. For those persons who would have been involved in the planning, it was important for them that the children got to be with children just like them, who live with this thing just like them, because, type 1 and type 2 are so different. And they go to school and everything, and teachers are like, oh, my Grammy have diabetes, and everybody just thinks it all together, and they're so different. And so just to have the children to be together, to hang together, to make friends, and not have to worry about the stigmas that have been attached to this, to this diagnosis. The stigmas of you just ate bad, your mom gave you too much candy. You need to do better with your eating because it's an autoimmune disease, which means that their own bodies would have caused this issue. It would have their pancreases and those beta cells are no longer able to produce. And my daughter's experience, she had an infection. Her body fought so hard that it killed her beta cells. And so when she was finished with the infection, she had no beta cells that produce insulin, and she became a type 1 diabetic. And so it was nothing that she did. She was 4 years old.
Wow.
Nothing that we did, nothing that she did. Kylie was 4. I think Lamaya may have been about 11. So these children are living healthy lives. Lamaya is a competitive swimmer, and Kylie does her thing, and these children are healthy. But unfortunately, they would have ended up with type 1 diabetes. So to be together and not have to worry about the stigma, not have to worry about people watching and people talking and people having their own opinions was good for these children.
A question, as a parent, how has technology or the advancement of technology impacted that journey for these kids compared to, 20, 30 years ago trying to manage this condition?
Well, technology has truly evolved, as you would have said. We have persons who are mentoring us, who are mentors in our journey, meaning my family. And they talk about, when you took shots twice a day and just this whole way of doing it that's just totally different from what our children experience. So the technology is there. The thing about it is the technology is very expensive. And since we have the ears of the listeners, there's always a child out there who needs sponsorship. We get them insulin and with syringes or insulin pens and that kind of thing. We get it through the drug plan. But as it pertains to the technology is extremely expensive. So yes, it's available, but most of our children do not have it accessible to them because of the financial restraints. And so even as we talk about persons who want to sponsor this activity, this camp next year, there may be people who would also want to sponsor a child or sponsor some technology to help the children because like Kylie and Lamaya both shared, when you have the Dexcom or the continuous glucose monitors and your parents are able to see your glucose wherever they are. My daughter did her first year at Barry University, and I read her glucose here in the Bahamas, and I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Girl, did you, I'm able to do that. And it would be so great if this was accessible to all of our children.
That's some that's some great peace of mind there. The monitoring devices that you're talking about, what's one?
Well, the whole setup, right?
It depends on which one they get. So Lamaya, Kylie, and my daughter they're familiar with the Dexcom. And then there are different types of Dexcom. So my daughter's using the Dexcom G6. Some children are using the G7. So the prices vary. But for my daughter, a month's supply. So after you buy this setup, you get this whole setup, and it's maybe a couple of $1,000 it'll cost you to set it up, to get the monitor, to get a box of sensors, to get a transmitter. That's for us because we use the G6. It may cost you less than $2,000. The problem is that it has a monthly. You have to change purchasing this every month, and a month's supply. When we get it away. We get it abroad. We do have a doctor abroad, so we're able to get it abroad. A month's supply maybe costs us about $350 for the sensors. And then every 90 days, you change the transmitter. And that's another $200 and something dollars. So that third month would cost us in excess of $600.
Yeah.
And the other 2 months in between would then cost us about $350. So when you're talking about having to do this, and then sometimes it may come out, Lamaya who swims, if it comes off while she's swimming or whatever, you have to change. So 1 month's supply is not necessarily a month,
Right.
So you always have an excess of that. So it's expensive, and that's why the children could really use sponsors and persons who are willing to contribute to that in that aspect of their journey.
How can people who may be listening who would want to contribute, how can they go about doing that? Is there a website? Is there a number? I'm just curious so they know how to give back.
There's definitely the Bahamas Diabetic Association, so we're all a part of that. That's our organization. These children are all a part of the Bahamas Diabetes Association. And so I didn't plan to come once. I don't know the number out of my head, but it's at where our office is at St. Gregory's. So St. Gregory's on Carmichael Road is where our office is. It's in the auditorium there. And so just going there, and we're there throughout, and then also just going to the church's office. They're able to get you in contact with us, or able to further direct you as to how to reach out to us, and then we're able to receive what it is that you would want to be so kind to donate.
Yeah, excellent. Wow. Thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about this. Kylie and Lamaya, any last words you want to say to the listening audience across the Bahamas about diabetes? You still there?
Miss Moss, I just want to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
For the non-diabetics out there, even though I'm a teenager with diabetes, I am no different from the rest of y'all.
No different.
I am no different.
Yeah.
Amen. I can still go to parties. I can still eat whatever others y'all be eating. I can still do things a normal teenager could do.
Yeah.
A mere diagnosis cannot stop me from doing what I want to do. I still have my own goals, my own dreams I want to accomplish.
That's right.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that. That's really important. Really important reminder.
We appreciate y'all for coming on.
Yeah, well spoken, Ms. Moss. You're doing a great job. You're a real advocate and spokesperson
and
for the cause.
Thanks for jumping on.
Yeah, keep it up.
At short
keep
notice.
it up.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, these kids are lucky to have you associated with.
Absolutely. And
I just want to say, I think that was Kelly who spoke, and she talked about, she's just like every other kid, and she can eat whatever, she can go to the parties, and I think that's a big thing for our children, because they're always ridiculed for what they're eating. Can you eat that? And can you eat that? And you're not supposed to have that. And I know even for my daughter, she struggles with that. And I think our children, even meeting them at the camp, and every day they had lunch, they had to count the carbs, and they had to take the insulin that's appropriate for the amount of carbs that they were going to have. So everything was measured.
Wow.
And that was done by the nutritionist, Miss Cambridge, who was a part of the camp as well. So everything was measured and properly packaged. But they enjoyed their meals. They had pizza on the last day, and they enjoyed their meals. They had curry chicken and white rice and vegetables one day. It was really, really great. And they're able everything else that everybody else is doing. It's just that they're now their own pancreas. So instead of, we eat and our body just automatically does what it has to do. They eat, but they have to count the carbs. So a cup of rice has 30 or 45 grams of carbs or whatever, and then they know that for every amount of how much ever carbs. For every 15 carbs, they need a unit of insulin, whatever their ratios are, which is based on each child. But they know how to do that. And so I love what she said, we can go to parties. We can eat everything that you're eating. We just have to know how we're going to dose for that. We have to know how to take. And so I just love the fact that she is emphasizing here on radio that we're just like you. We're normal kids, just like everyone else.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Y'all have a wonderful day. And we're going to go to a break. And when we come back, we're talking with Mason Bahamas.
At CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
With RBC,
your ideas become plans.
Your plans become memories.
This is retirement.
And your dreams become your life.
whether it's planning that family vacation, owning your dream home, or retiring comfortably, your ideas are everything. And RBC is here to help make them happen. With RBC, your ideas happen here.
It's time to upgrade the way you enjoy at-home entertainment. Alive Fiber is here. Enjoy all your favorite channels and streaming apps, all at lightning-fast internet speeds with affordable bundles, and it's only a click away. Visit www.alivefiber.com to sign up now. Stay connected, live your life. It's Cliff.
With RBC,
your ideas become plans.
Your plans become memories.
This is retirement.
And your dreams become your life.
whether it's planning that family vacation, owning your dream home, or retiring comfortably, your ideas are everything. And RBC is here to help make them happen. With RBC, your ideas happen here.
It's time for your morning business report brought to you by CFAL. The Department of Inland Revenue Acting Controller Shunda Strachan said yesterday that the guidance notes for individuals selling property and how they can remit value-added tax to Inland Revenue are now available online and should dispel some of the confusion with regard to how lawyers and realtors become compliant with Conveyancing and Law of Property Act that came into force on July 1st. Individuals involved in the buying and selling of real estate, as well as lawyers and members of the Bahamas Real Estate Association, will now have to get a provisional VAT invoice, Strachan said, in order to be able to remit VAT. The Central Bank of the Bahamas warned Wednesday in a statement that a fake job advertisement is being circulated through social media, suggesting the bank is looking to fill open positions. The central bank said the job advertisement is fraudulent and explained it is working with authorities to address the matter. And the Bahamas Telecommunication Network, a broadband internet solution for the Family Islands that can come with triple play packages baked in, the first of its kind in the region, the company's CEO Samir Bhatti told Guardian Business yesterday. Bhatti said BTC is ready to put the technology on islands across the Bahamas, but he explained that BTC can only move as fast as the utilities regulation and competition authorities process would allow, given that the technology is broadcast across a wireless spectrum, with IRCA requiring the company to apply for a spectrum license on each island it will operate. The Department of Inland Revenue is considering new restrictions on window service bars, according to Shunda Strachan, acting controller of the department. Strachan said at the Office of the Prime Minister's press briefing yesterday that there has been a proliferation in window service bars, and the DIR has a mandate to ensure they become compliant with the new Business License Act. And BTC has completed its fiber network on Grand Bahama and shut down its old copper network. Now, with BTC explaining during a press conference yesterday, they have declared today that they've shut down the copper network and Grand Bahama is 100% fiberized. Overseas in business news, President Donald Trump unexpectedly summoned reporters to the Oval Office on Thursday to present them with charts that he says shows the U.S. economy is solid following a jobs report last week that raised flags and led to the Republican firing the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Trump's talk about the economy was Stephen Moore, a senior visiting fellow in economics at the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank, and the co-author of the 2018 book Trumponomics. Flipping through a series of charts on an easel, Moore sought to elevate Trump's performance as president and diminish the economic track record of former President Joe Biden. Trump stood next to Moore and interjected with approvals. And American businesses and consumers soon will have a better idea of how President Donald Trump's foreign trade agenda might affect them now that the United States has imposed higher tariffs on products from dozens of countries. It's been nearly 100 years since the nation had an overall import tax rate as high as the one set Thursday, but the individual impact on business costs and consumer prices could vary as much as the tariffs applied to goods of nearly 70 U.S. trading partners, from complicated economies like the European Union to the small African nation of Lesotho. Exports from a majority of them are getting taxed at 15%. For a handful of countries in Asia, the rate is 19%. Products from the rest is 20% to 50%. Meanwhile, a 55% tariff on Chinese-made goods is scheduled to take effect next week if a U.S.-China trade deal is not agreed on before then. That's your morning business report brought to you by C-File, growing wealth for future generations. And we're back with Morning Blend Business here on Guardian Radio 96.9. I'm Chester Robards. Farrell had to leave us a little early, but that's okay. We are with Maison Bahamas, and we are talking about real estate. We're also talking about the launch of Maison Bahamas' new office. And, of course, all that information is coming from Kristen Harding from Maison Bahamas. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for coming. So, where can we start? I mean, let's start with real estate in general. How are things looking in the Bahamas? I know after COVID, everyone was like, yes, real estate boom. Everyone wants to live in the Bahamas. Prices, it was a seller's market now.
For us, I mean, we've seen that the market is still pretty strong, especially in the luxury side of the market. People are still wanting to invest in the Bahamas. There's a lot of really great developments happening now in Nassau, Exuma, the Abacos, so very, very strong. The Bahamas has a really great lineup of new inventory coming. And so, yeah, we're really excited to be a part of that.
Yeah, the luxury market. Now, I know there's this great dichotomy, right? You got luxury market, and I don't think Bahamians think about that as for themselves. What's there for the average Bahamian? How does it look for them?
Well, right now, interestingly enough, and the last time we were here, we actually spoke about one of the newer developments, Windsor Lakes, that I feel is open to the average Bahamian, especially, and I spoke to this the last time, especially if there was, you have a group of people who are serious and they want to invest in something that can be really profitable. Windsor Lakes would be something that I think they would look at and consider to be, luxury.
Right.
It's definitely not mediocre at all. The positioning of the land right next to Albany, I mean, they're gonna see incredible value in those investments in the next 5 to 10 years. So it's not out of reach. I think when we have persons who want to get involved, when they position themselves so that they can move into the spaces when things are just breaking ground. That's typically the time when you get the best deals.
Right.
You're gonna pre-construction. If you're ready to make a move, if you can see the vision, an agent that you're working with who can guide you and explain to you, the benefits of moving in those areas prior to, and you're willing to take that risk. It's open for Bahamians, but they have to be willing to take the risk,
right?
And get in early, because the second that you have homes start to get built and all of the amenities and things go
Price
in,
is going up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what are they looking like now?
The lots.
Yeah.
Right now, I think the cheapest lot, or the entry level, I should say, is 257. They were 195.
Right.
So about a little over a year ago, persons got them for 195. So just think about that.
Yeah.
A little over a year ago, you bought a lot for 195. It's already now valued at 257.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And these are vacant lots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All vacant lots. So I don't want to. I want to make sure that I talk about what I came to talk about, because of course, naturally, I can talk to you all day about real estate in general, but I am just really excited to share that Maison is now opening a brand new office here in Nassau that's located in Sandyport. We have been positioned sort of more so central in the downtown area. Our office that we've been at for about 3 years. And so we chose this location so that we can better serve our clients in Western New Providence, to make it easier, more convenient for them to meet with us, while we still give them that same high-level service that we're known for. Maison was founded in January of 2022 by Ryan Knowles, who is our CEO.
Right.
You know Ryan?
Yes.
Okay, everybody knows Ryan. we always say Ryan knows everyone. So influential. And so anyway, in just a few years, he, alongside the team, have been extremely successful in growing the company now to we have 13 luxury advisors and an incredible support team. And so we are just super, super proud of what we've been able to accomplish. We are proud members of Forbes Global Properties in the Bahamas, exclusive actually, which means that sellers in the $1 million plus range, they get access to an unmatched international network of buyers and a very premium marketing reach. Sandyport, it complements our main downtown office and also our VIP lounge at Jet Nassau, which is for our private aviation clients. It's open by appointment only, giving all of our clients more so a private boutique experience that really reflects the caliber of the properties which we represent.
Right.
Interestingly enough, I was telling you before we started, I've been an actual interior designer for 15 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I stepped into real estate. I coupled the two, married those two loves, the love for real estate and interior design. And so I personally designed the Sandyport office.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, hello.
Yes, it was really fun. And it was a love project, and you have some skin in the game.
Right.
It's a different kind of project when it's that way. So
now I got to make an appointment to come see it.
Absolutely. You're invited to come on down. We'll have some drinks for you. But the space was intended to be very chic, very modern, sophisticated, very welcoming. It's basically lounge style.
Okay.
So that our agents can bring their clients in and have comfortable, really a bit more casual meetings and
right.
Yes, that sort of thing. But I wanted every element of the space, from the colors, the textures, the furniture, the artwork, to speak to our client's style and to their taste. And so it's a place where they just feel really comfortable, really inspired, and confident in the work that we'll be doing for them. As you know, it's all an experience from start to finish.
Yeah.
So the thing about Maison, though, and what makes us different or what sets us apart is that we have been able to carve out a unique path in the Bahamian market. We've come global reach with an extremely highly personalized, high-touch, white glove service. And so whether you're buying, whether you're selling, especially in the luxury space, we possess the tools, the network, we possess the team that delivers the results that will stand out. So we're really thrilled to welcome our clients to this new space. We're excited to be serving them in the West with the same exact passion that we started out with. And so, we plan to take that same level of professionalism that's built Maison's reputation into that space. And if you're thinking about buying or selling, or you just want to learn more about real estate in general, also for you, we'd love to connect. We really would. So give us a call. We're happy to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the office open now? It's up and running?
It is open now. Yes, it's by appointment only at current, but it is open now. Yeah.
So you're booking clients.
Oh, left, right.
To visit the office already. Oh, and you're not getting rid of the other office?
No, absolutely not. We want to continue to expand. So, look out for more to happen soon. Possibly, in the outer islands, getting our foot in the door out there as well.
Okay.
So we're just looking forward to just more growth.
Yeah. So you don't have an office in the outer islands, the family islands as yet?
Not as yet.
Yeah.
Not as yet.
But you're selling in the family islands?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We sell all over the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's it look like in the family islands in terms of what are people looking for, especially the people who would book?
Beachfront. They want to have a lot of space. They want to be right on the beach. They want to be, out of the way. They want that exclusivity. So homes, they're looking though for, in terms of design, they want the luxuries. They want the modern luxuries, but they still want to feel like they're in the Bahamas. They want to feel like they're on an island. So that's always fun, actually, from a design point, bringing the two together.
And we're talking about already developed homes, or we're talking about they're looking for land?
Yeah, it varies.
Yeah.
I feel for me, I've come across a lot more of our clients who are wanting to buy the home ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so great opportunity for developers to come in and, develop properties and sell them. But there are also some people who they don't mind building if it's the right piece of land. Some people are really precise about where they want to be, which area.
Yeah.
And so if the inventory is not there, then obviously they would have to actually build. But it varies. It just depends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And who are the kind of people who are coming into Maison's new office? I know it mentions kind of servicing the Western New Providence area better.
Mm-hmm.
But who are those people who would be booking appointments?
Really, anyone who's living in the West.
Yeah.
Well, as you know, most of the communities, we do have Bahamians, but we also have expats, second homeowners. A lot more of our international clients would probably utilize that office a bit more just because of the proximity.
Right.
But we welcome anyone to come out. It's a vibrant community, Sandy Port. Family oriented. It's booming a lot.
Yeah.
So, and that is why we chose it. So anyone.
I'm gonna speak from a place of ignorance here because I dealt with a real estate agent before. But we never went to an office. What does one do in an office with the real estate agent?
If it depends.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will tell you. So I'll give you an example. just the other day we had a client come out to the office to meet with us, and he bought a piece of land, a lot, and in out here in Nassau. I won't say exactly where. Don't want to disclose too much, but he bought a piece of land, and we're helping him to develop it by building a home on there.
Okay.
And so what we've done is we've provided him with drawings, renderings. We're guiding him through the entire process, and the plan is for us to then sell it. So we've already listed it to sell it even prior to it being completed. So
what now?
Yeah, so in his case, we had a meeting there so we can go over all of the design aspects of everything.
Right.
So yeah, it just depends. It could be they're coming to sign, to close on their property. They're coming in for a follow-up to look at insights and go over what's been happening. If someone who we're selling for and they want to see what's been happening in terms of how many showings have happened, they want to go over those analytics.
Right.
It can be that. It can be a new client who wants to learn more about Maison and Forbes in general. And so they want to come in and just learn more before they decide to work with us. So it just depends.
See, now that opens my eyes more to what
the space is for.
And I never would have thought that the scenario that you painted just now happens. But then maybe I haven't reached that level of my life yet.
Soon, I see it. I see it.
Yeah, one day
it's
I'll
there.
be sitting down trying to plan some property and then plan to sell it before it's built.
And I don't think a lot of people actually realize that a good realtor can guide you that well. Like, and you have like it's really a lifelong relationship if real estate is something you want to be in. If you want to invest in real estate, you really want to make sure that you have a good real estate agent you're working with who cares, that not only just they don't just want to sell you something, like they care about your investment, right? And they're going to give you all of the best advice as if it was their own deal. So yeah, and that's what we do. That's what we try to make sure that we're giving all of our clients that same level of service.
Right.
And that's truly what sets us apart, to be honest.
Yeah. Wow. And Maison obviously is a global brand. And it's owned by Forbes?
Via Forbes. So we are exclusive partners of Forbes Global Properties. Most people know about Forbes 100. So you see all of the highest paid, this is one that most people know, highest paid celebrities. Right. And you see all of Oprah and them, what they earn. So Forbes has been this well-established media brand, over a century, like year-old brand, very well known. When you think Forbes, actually, you think success, you think high net worth, you think wealthy. So yeah,
you think private.
Absolutely.
VIP area in
Absolutely.
Jet Nassau.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're very, very powerful. We're backed by a very, very powerful name. Via Forbes. Yeah.
And Ryan himself went after that, didn't he?
Absolutely, visionary.
Yeah.
You know, I like to say a lot of people don't understand CEOs the way that their minds work. But they're always going after the next thing and thinking, how can we be more innovative? That's totally Ryan. How to stay ahead, how to set us apart. So yeah, he definitely saw the vision and he attacked it. He went right after it. And now we see, what's happening as a result. And he's continuing to build it, and we have a great team. So very, very proud of what we're doing.
I was supposed to meet with him yesterday to do an interview and some stuff, but you guys had an open house last night.
It was quite the soiree.
Was it?
So it's actually one of his exclusives.
Okay.
It's a home right on Goodman's Bay. It is 3-bedroom.
Okay.
And it is stunning, the sunsets that you can see from this place. But he planned this amazing soiree of an open house. We had such a great time. Really, really great response. A lot of people came out. Really, really nice.
Right.
So yeah, that's why. That's why he wasn't available.
For people who don't know what an open house is, maybe it's not doesn't have to do with school.
No. So an open house is when we literally open the house up to you and invite people to come on out and have a look at it. Anyone who's interested, or you may know someone who's interested. Agents tend to come out from our colleagues from other firms and come to have a look because they may have the buyer. But yeah, well, that's what we do. We open it up, have some food and drink sometimes. It just depends on what type of open house.
Right.
Some people do different ones. He chose to do a sunset soiree, which was the perfect thing to do at that property, just because of where it's positioned. The most beautiful sunsets are seen from there. So if anyone's interested, 3.295, it's beautiful space. We'd love to show it to you.
But this is what you were talking about earlier about you mentioned your interior design and setting a place up so that people see more of a value in it than they might if it was empty shell or something.
Correct. So I'll give you an example. Ryan and I worked with a client early on in the year, and they had a property that needed some love. He was able to meet with them and saw the opportunity for us to go in together and work the space. They gave us a small budget. We went in, did some renovations. I did some redesigning, redecorating, and then we listed it. Prior to us doing this, they were being offered like $900,000 for the property.
Right.
And we ended up closing with them at 1.95. So essentially, we made them $1 million. Wow. Yeah. So another really great service that we offer through one of our newer divisions of the company, which is curated spaces. And that we will go in and we will say, well, maybe the house just needs some love.
Right.
And we help our clients to get the highest return on their investment. We make the house as marketable as possible and make them the most money.
Wow. And so does that mean putting furnishings and stuff in sometimes and the house is sold with that stuff?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, each one is different. Some, in the case of this one in particular, there were some things that we were able to work with that they had.
Right.
But there were some things that we had to go out and get.
Yeah.
And, some clients you may have to be a little bit more crafty because they just don't have the budget.
Right.
And so you have to be kind of, thrifty about it. I had a lot of fun with that project.
Sure.
Yeah, because
you sound like you had
I
fun
honestly
with
did. It was a challenge. And I love a good challenge. But it was really, really, it was really great to just see it come together. And then the way that we ended up selling it for $1 million more than what they were being offered prior. I mean, it just made you feel so good. And to this day, the homeowner, they've left the country, but she's always in contact, updating me. And this is what I'm telling you about lifelong relationships you build with your real estate agent if you have a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a good real estate agent. He talks to me bad, so.
That's how you know. Hold on. That's how you know you have a very good relationship when they can talk to you bad.
Yeah. That's exactly what happens. All right. So tell us again where the new office is. If people are interested in any services Maison offers and what those services might be, just let us know again.
Yeah. So we are located in Lagoon Court, Unit 212. So it's just upstairs by the Chippy's gas station. So literally, if you're getting gas at the gas station and you look up, you'll see us.
Okay.
So very, very accessible.
Yeah.
Services, sometimes you want appraisals, you want to just come in and get some advice, you want to list a property, you want to have it renovated prior to listing, enhancing the property. Anything to do with buying or selling, we're the people you want to come to.
Yeah. For sure.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt.
No doubt. We have the right team in place.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
That's excellent. And just remind us, the other office is where?
It's on Dowdsville Street.
Dowdsville Street.
Yeah. It's Nassau Florist.
Nassau Florist.
Yeah, right upstairs. Yeah, right upstairs. Everybody knows Nassau Florist.
Yeah, everybody knows them. So excellent. Kristen Harding from Mason, Bahamas, thank you so much for coming on, talking
you.
to us about the new office and about real estate in general.
Absolutely.
I learned some new things that I hope other people did as well.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. It was a pleasure to be here. I'm always happy when I come to chat with you guys.
Thank you. We're going to take a quick break and be back to wrap up the show.
You work hard for your money, so let your money work hard for you. With as little as $1,000 to start, you can watch your money grow by investing in CFAL's Bahamian dollar and US dollar mutual funds, each tailored to match your unique investment profile. Our expert advisors are dedicated to crafting personalized investment strategies to help you miss out on the chance to earn higher returns on your hard-earned money. Join the thousands of investors who trust CFAL and start your journey toward financial freedom today. Visit us at cfal.com to learn more about our saving and investment options. And let us help you build wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
With RBC,
Your ideas become plans.
Your plans become memories.
This is retirement.
And your dreams become your life.
whether it's planning that family vacation, owning your dream home, or retiring comfortably, your ideas are everything. And RBC is here to help make them happen. With RBC, your ideas happen here.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
It's time to upgrade the way you enjoy at-home entertainment. Alive Fiber is here. Enjoy all your favorite channels and streaming apps, all at lightning-fast internet speeds with affordable bundles, and it's only a click away. Visit www.alivefiber.com to sign up now. Stay connected, live your life. It's good to be alive.
Good morning, welcome back to Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. I'm Chester Robards, holding down for the last few minutes. Dwight is back on Monday, I hope. And let me just get to some of the text messages that I didn't get to in the 8 o'clock hour. Just to round out the show, good morning. How could they think they had a surplus when so much money is owed, particularly to contractors? I would love Guardian Radio to investigate the number of contractors. 3 years now, that many contractors are still owed. GG is living in the house. They have had tons of parties and contractors still owed. Interesting. Yes, so the people who don't think the Freedom of Information Act is important, you know, it's easier to request information than to just get information in this country, right? You're not just going to get information. Either somebody going to leak that information to you, or you got to go ask for it. And if you ask for it, the answer is going to be, what are you around here for? Who you is? So that's why a Freedom of Information Act is important. The recent budget contribution, this is another text message by Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis, marred by contradictory statements on whether the nation's finances reflected a surplus or a deficit, underscores a troubling lapse in clarity and competence. A capable Minister of Finance would have come prepared with precision, ensuring the people's business, especially their finances, is communicated without ambiguity. But more than technical competence, true leadership demands accountability. A better leader would have simply acknowledged the error, apologized, and moved on, avoiding the unnecessary spectacle that now overshadows the facts. At a time when many Bahamian households face economic strain, the people deserve accuracy, diligence, and capable stewardship from those guaranteed 5 years in office. The Bahamian people deserve better. Wow, was that the same person who sent that text message the other day? Couldn't have said it better. Person says, "Good morning, Chester. Yes, every country pays taxes, but they give their citizens something back at the end of the day. Look at Turks and Caicos. Look at Turks Island with a small population. Shame on our weak leaders." It seems to be the general consensus. And again, with regard to the Prime Minister, I hope that the people around him who help him to make decisions and decide on things just say, look, this is what it is. Let's just go back to the people and say, yeah, you're right. And move on, because you don't want this hanging over your head. Doesn't make sense to leave it hanging over your head. So craft a nice statement. That's what you put people in place for. I think that was all the text messages that we had. There were some on the diabetes, which I don't think I'm going to read because it seems like y'all weren't listening to the conversation with those people. You seem to think that there's something they could have done in some of these cases. But anyway, that is our show for the day. I'm going to get on the clock with Aaron Green in the studio. And Dwight is going to be back on Monday. I've had a good time with you guys. It's good to be on with you again. I'm Chester Robards. Thanks again, Farrell Goff, for being on. And be good to each other. God bless, and have a great day.